Hi, everyone. Welcome to our third week of Follow Our Journey Through Radical Remission Coach Training Series. In case this is the first time you are joining us, I am Cheryl.
And I'm Jessica.
If you would like to watch our previous sessions where we talked about where we decided to go on this journey. Oh my goodness. And we talked about how we decided to go on this journey together and also discussed Dr. Kelly Turner's book, Radical Remission and Radical Hope. You can find them posted on our social media sites, and they will be uploaded onto our website soon. And as a disclaimer, we have no affiliation with the Radical Remission Project other than enrolling in the Radical Remission Coach Training. Today we are going to discuss the self-paced course, Radical Remission, applying the key healing factors into your own life. We will discuss our experience through this e-course, our takeaways, and share the personal changes that we hope to make in our lives since completing these prerequisites.
Two things. I just want to stop and say, for those of you who are watching live, thank you so much for tuning in. I know this is live on LinkedIn. It's not showing live on Facebook for some reason, so I just wanted to acknowledge that. We will definitely post these videos up. I think the software platform we're using was having a little bit trouble with Facebook, but anyway, at least we're here. We're live on YouTube and on LinkedIn, so okay. So big picture with this course, and thank you for that beautiful introduction, Cheryl. I really appreciate Dr. Kelly Turner and the Radical Remission team for creating this course because it allows anyone to learn about factors for healing, whether or not they've read the books, whether or not they have disease or they want to promote their own health or caring for someone going through something, and really empower. These tools are really for empowerment and for practical application. And it's kind of, with any course, I always feel like what you put in is what you get out. Obviously, the course has to be made very well, but I love this because there are a variety of techniques to choose from. And from a personal standpoint, I'm always very humbled, especially after many years of education, at learning and the power of simplicity. Anytime there is activities that really call for me to assess my life, look at my awareness, like why am I doing what am I doing and why, they always kind of stop me and make me pause for a moment, and I'm very grateful for that.
Yes, I agree. I think the activities that we did in this course, they allowed us to dive deeper into each healing factor. As I was reading the books, I was really soaking up all of the information and thinking about how can I use this information to help others. But the way that this e-course is designed with these simple, like you had said, these simple activities, it encouraged me to take a much more personal approach to the healing factors. So after going through the activities in each section, I was able to step back and take a holistic look at my own well-being, which is something I do all the time with my clients, but maybe not often enough for myself. So right away, the instinct is to go to where are the areas in which I can improve. But I encourage myself to not only look at the areas which need improvement, but to take a minute and really reflect on the things that I have already improved on throughout my healing journey thus far. So, for example, my diet, very far from perfect. However, it is a radical change from 10 years ago. And releasing suppressed emotions, this was a really big one for me. I think I used to believe that I managed my emotions really well. And I noticed after Ryan passed away, for example, I had many difficult moments, obviously, but I was able to get right back into school. And I was really excelling. I was the VP of our Student Nurses Association. I won multiple awards, like the Student Nurse of the Year award. And I thought, wow, I got this. Like, I'm okay. Like, I did this. I'm handling this well, until I started to have panic attacks and chest pains and a multitude of other symptoms. And it took a little while, but I learned that I wasn't processing my emotions. I wasn't really okay. I was suppressing them, and they began to show up in physical symptoms. And I think that Dr. Kelly Turner does a good job talking about this in her book. And My big breakthrough came through my mind body medicine training. And I learned so many techniques and tools that I can use to release suppressed emotions. And these tools brought me so much relief from my past traumas. And so now I continue to use them on myself, and I use them all the time working with my clients as well.
I just want to pause for a moment, just to acknowledge the depth of that, of what you just shared, and the impact, right? Because not only are you sharing the impact on you on a personal level, it's like this local level, if you will, of your family, those you love, and then an even bigger level of bringing it to the people you care for and wanting to share this with the world. And so there's this little ripple effect I always find happens with any inner work that always amazes me. I've always heard this statement, like, be the change you want to be in this world, right? Or it always starts with you. And there are almost 8 billion people in this world, right? So it's like, really, is one person going to make a difference? But the reality is, one person makes a huge difference. And that's at least the experience that I personally have had. And even when it just starts at home. So, what you're talking about, Cheryl, the diet and the suppressed emotions, I have a lot of humility and respect for all of that, especially after I know our education as healthcare providers, facing patients, and like there is our own personal growing up and whatever has happened, but then you take the traumas, if you will, and the illnesses and death and dying of patients and people that you interact with and everything that's going on in this world. And I didn't it's funny because, like, when you go through medicine, it's not funny, but you become a resuscitation expert, right? Or a trauma expert. But
Mhm.
where is the expertise that, on processing our own emotions? I didn't even know how they were impacting me until you had mentioned mind body medicine, like mind body medicine for sure, yoga, and all these holistic techniques. Um, like, I realized that a lot of my fear was manifesting in ways that I wasn't aware of. So I found myself going for walks and being scared of heights. Or, every time I would get in the car and go on a drive, like on the highway, just, making sure like my speed was a certain amount, like really looking around, praying that I would just have a safe ride because knowing what's on the other side and what could happen in a moment. And I realized all of that ultimately had to do with the fear of death. It's something I didn't know before. It's something I'm still very much learning how to process. So like these courses, the Radical Mission courses, and any course that's really powerful leading to transformation, I feel like I'm never the same person after coming out of it than coming in from it. And it's just so powerful and so subtle. So very, very grateful to have this opportunity to continue learning.
Yeah, I completely agree. I felt that way with the coaching. Well, I mean, go back to nursing. I felt that way with nursing. I felt that way with coaching. I felt that way with mind body medicine. And I know that I will have a beautiful transformation after radical remission as well. And I'm so very much looking forward to that. And like you had said, with each transformation we go through, we can then share. And so you can reach so many people, and it's very humbling. um, One of the things that I really liked about this course, we had talked about the activities, and the activities that were, there was an activity that made you kind of look at your why, your reason for living, I guess, is how they speak of it. So for me, that's my why and my purpose. And it, it made me realize, the reason I was burnt out as a nurse, I was not aligned with what I was doing. I was not aligned with my values. I was not aligned with my purpose. With my intention of getting into nursing was no longer the same as what I was doing on my day to day, what I was accomplishing through my day to day work as a nurse. And so that ultimately led to my burnout. And it took me a while to realize that. When you're unaligned, it can feel like your life is just getting off course. But sometimes when you're off course, you don't realize it's because you're unaligned. So understanding your purpose and your values is really significant to me, and another thing that I really work on with my clients.
Hmm. I love that alignment with purpose, and then that decoupling of purpose, right? What happens when that happens? And it's amazing too, because, there are different factors in the book, but like as you're sharing, everything's coming together so beautifully. And I know you had mentioned diet earlier, and when you talk about purpose, and we were talking about suppressed emotions, I didn't realize how much of what I do and my habits and my work and my emotions were tied into what I was eating, how I was eating, or why. And there's this beautiful, food is from the earth, right? And so I didn't realize until learning more about yoga and Ayurveda that, to feel that comfort, to feel nourishment, to feel love, even if you will, I use food for that often. And I really didn't realize how much that was. I've never fasted before. Other than, sleeping and not eating throughout the night or anything like that. I've never fasted. I know there are many people who have, but I had a chance to do Panchakarma this summer, and Panchakarma is this beautiful detoxification and rejuvenation cleanse in Ayurveda. Ayurveda is this holistic, beautiful, comprehensive holistic health and healing system. Um, and it's just ancient wisdom, thousands of years. And in this cleanse, one part of it was just having a mono diet. So eating the same thing whenever you're hungry. And that one diet was khichdi, which was lentils, this yellow moong dal, and some vegetables. And so I was so used to eating, like pancakes or oatmeal. And for breakfast, nope, it was just khichdi. Or, when I'm hungry, you grab fruit or something. And it really forced me to rest in a way that I've never rested before. And it also made me realize how much of my cravings were like coming from my muscles or different parts of my body, if you will. And I didn't know any of this until I did it. So I'm really grateful to have this experience. I know a lot of people, it's a privilege and a luxury in a way, right? To be able to take care of yourself in this day and world, and to be able to do things like this. And we're the only ones who can advocate for ourselves. But it's just amazing how all of these factors really come together.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And it's interesting because they just meld together. Your intention was to work on your diet, but ultimately you were also working on suppressed emotions and, other aspects of these key healing factors that might not have been your intention, but they all just beautifully flow together. And you can use your strengths in one to help you improve in another, it's just very powerful. And like the change that you're making without even realizing it. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, I'm still processing, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And I guess that's the beauty of like this type of education, right? Or creating a course, is by creating a course or really doing, I love Cal Newport's book, Deep Work, like putting something valuable out there for people to learn from. You can help so many people and disseminate knowledge. And so, like as a coach, right? This is invaluable. This is a training for coaches, right? You have to be a coach to do this training, or a healthcare provider for this radical remissions training, at least this particular one. And so, Cheryl and I are also independently and together, like on the wheels of course creation with lots of ideas. And so, there's so many things that go into it. How do you make something of value? What's really going to help people? How do you get it out there? How do you really, most importantly, make it practical and useful? And building that community, right? That's really important.
Community was one of my favorite things so far about Radical Remission. Community, connection is one of my business values. And I thought they did such a great job with that. So through this course, and I just want to clarify, the course that we're talking about that we take today, that is open to anybody. You do not have to have any sort of background or coaching or anything. So anybody can take this course, and we will have the link to this course in our social media so that you can check it out. But now I lost what I was saying. I got distracted by the course. Okay, so yes, the takeaways. Okay, so community. I felt that she did such a great job in this course. So when you are a part of this course, you can join a Facebook group, and there is a community there. They also, through Radical Remission, has the community anybody who's gone through a radical remission can go on and put their story out there, and others can come and read it. And I think that's very beautiful. But what I loved so much about this program is the community within like the healer. She, on many of these key factors, she brings in other experts. She opens this community. It's not just the radical remission community. She introduces us to so many other people throughout this program. And I love that because it really just opens the door to so many other things, and that it's not just, okay, this is radical remission. She wants you, she's looking out for your best interest creating this course when she just really opens it up and brings other aspects into.
I love that visual, that imagery of an open door. I know you were talking about your business values in terms of life values too, right? Just having
Yeah.
openness and infinity. It's beautiful. And I love that too. That's why we're both excited, because with this training for coaches, not only do we learn specific things that help us with coaches, but we actually will be able to facilitate workshops when we're done, which is amazing, to continue to share this like beautiful work. All this, just even contribute to be such a beautiful, be part of beautiful mission, part of such a beautiful mission. So we're just really, really excited for that, because, with one-on-one, it's amazing. It's like the work is amazing. It's very intimate. You can get very deep. But Cheryl, you had also mentioned like the group power itself is very powerful. And the most humbling thing about a coach is you get to learn the most from whoever is being coached, right? We are all experts. And so it's just very humbling, very amazing. And we're both so excited to be here and to be on this journey.
Yeah, for sure. Like, as somebody who's facilitating a group, like from a coach facilitating, it's so nice to have a group because you're reaching so many more people. But as a participant, it's also so nice to have a group because you're feeding off of all of that energy, this beautiful like connection and energy. It really takes coaching to a whole nother level when you're working in a group.
Yes, completely 100% agree. I'm just like sitting and reflecting on, they say like you can make plans and then the universe has their own plans. But every single time I go into a group setting, I feel humbled and transformed. Obviously, the group is held in the right space, but yeah, so I'm so grateful. And another thing that we're just really excited for is, so this is our third week so far, as Cheryl had mentioned already, but our course actually opens
Tomorrow. Yay.
Yes.
Yeah. So that means this is our last like prerequisite, like preparation for Radical Remission Live. Next week, we'll actually start right after our first live Radical Remission Coach training class. So we'll participate in the class, and then we'll come back here and talk to you all about how that went and what we learned. And so we are looking forward to this so much.
And if you are, whether you've directly experienced any of these courses, or if you're going through this course training and we're going to be your classmates, or if you've taken it before, we'd love to hear from you. Please feel free to share your comments, what you've gotten out of these courses and what you're hoping to get from the training, either directly, like by commenting below, or reach out to us by email. We'd love to hear from you.
Yes, we would. And that goes for anybody, even, if you're not a coach or a course creator or going to be in this course, if you are an oncology patient or someone just looking to improve their overall health and wellness, and you've read the books or you've taken the course, share with us what is the key factor you resonate with the most, or what's the one you're trying to improve on, or whatever it is, we want to hear from you.
Mm-hmm. And so with that, we will close this week's live session, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
Take care.